everything just chopped up just right.
Yep. Oh, the bad record was hard though.
It was. But can we get to the albums? All right.
Okay.
And
So yeah, man, I got 5, man, and I gotta go with AZ.
Yeah.
I think AZ had the most dopest flow, like in the '90s. Like he was rhyming like 4 words each bar.
He was, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He like my top 10 artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, and I noticed how like Nas kind of like, not in my opinion, Nas kind of in certain tracks he tries to rap like AZ.
Yeah.
Even though AZ came up under Nas, he still tries to rap like AZ.
Yeah, he do. I think that too.
So AZ, then I gotta say Saha the Prince.
oh,
I think,
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That is like my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
Pretty much like currently past, like, of course Pac is my goat, but Sci-Hi?
Yeah. That Black History
That-
Project, yo.
Oh my
And
God.
that's
he's
the most,
so-
yo, I got chills, yo. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like he's underrated though
Yeah.
because he signed to Kanye.
And he's here, and he's in Atlanta, where it's not appreciated as much.
And that's real. And
Yeah.
both of y'all are right.
Yeah.
But you know what? One thing about, Saha writes a lot for Kanye,
He
too.
does. He
So
wrote
Kanye
pretty much
get-
all of Yeezus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kanye getting all the dope bars. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, what was the one before Yeezus?
808s? Not 808s.
Nah.
What was before Yeezus?
It was the album before Yeezus. It was the one that was like with blood on the leaves, or it was that different. It was
Oh, that weird one.
Yeah, it was really eclectic.
Yeah, the weird one. Damn.
But-
what
and
was
I
the name of
actually
that? 'Cause
like
that
that
was the
album.
one after the best one.
It was the one right before Yeezus.
The
Well, whatever.
Nightmares, the
But
Nightmares.
Oh, Twisted
yeah, but
Fantastic.
Sci-Hi wrote like that entire album, but like one song.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
know
saying.
So
that.
yeah, like that was the one I did the interview with him right after that album that came out.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the man's so
Amazing.
underrated. He's like
amazing.
one of the most talented artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like being signed to
Yeah,
Kanye is like his downfall.
Yes, and
He ain't gonna let that
and
go.
we was talking about this last week too. I feel like because of where he's at
Mhm.
in Atlanta, he's like an outcast from when you talk about Atlanta artists. Nobody ever say his name because he has such an East Coast influence with his bars
Right.
that they kind of put him, in
Yeah,
another category. But
yeah.
he's really the best lyricist here. I just told him a couple
Absolutely.
weeks ago it's
Absolutely.
3,000 in him.
Yeah.
Then it's everybody
And
else. And I don't think it's
that's
close.
Yeah.
I say that
I
all
don't
the
think it's
time.
close.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. It's either when you talk about lyricism out of Atlanta, yo, it's three stacks for Saha the Prince.
That's
Like
it.
the
And there's no
other
wordplay is
option.
insane.
Yeah.
It's
Unbelievable.
insane.
And then the content at that.
Yes.
He mixes content with wordplay. And that's true hip hop.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Period.
But I think
what
it's
it
just
is.
the culture though, and I think that's why it's not appreciated as much because
Yeah.
the culture right now is turn up,
Yeah.
drugs, turn up some more, have sex, turn up.
Yeah.
That's the culture.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
facts.
And he's
That's
not rapping
facts.
about that.
Yeah.
We talk about real shit.
And you're from a
Real.
city where that's where it's most prevalent.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Future is literally his album was called Dirty Sprite. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like so
Yeah.
you're literally from a city who is glorifying what the rap culture is right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he doesn't portray that. So of
Don't.
course
So
people
they
aren't really gonna
grab on
vibe with him or fuck with his music like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately,
It's
but they
crazy.
should.
It's
Definitely
crazy.
should.
And going back to AZ, being under Nas and being compared to Nas so much,
Yeah.
like stumped him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one thing about this guy, he's been out for 20 years underground, like with Kai
Mhm.
Sign, putting out albums the whole time. He
Yeah.
might not get no mainstream buzz,
Yeah.
but he's been getting his money on the back
Yeah.
end, on the under,
Mhm.
because he got fans, a fan base that
Yeah.
can keep him rolling.
Right.
He got a
But
cult
lyrically,
fan base.
he's top 10 to me that ever did it.
And- and real talk.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, lyrically and flow. Now this next one is gonna kill y'all, right?
Okay.
The Brat.
Whoa.
And the reason why I say the Brat.
Okay.
That was
okay.
a good one though.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I have yet to hear a female rapper do what the Brat did on the mic. The skill set. Ain't
Not
no
Light?
yo, ain't
MC
no
Light? No?
You know what? You know what?
MC Light was
Light
dope.
Light is dope. Light is dope. Latifah, dope.
Dope.
Yeah, but it's
Latifah
not,
is dope,
not the
but
Brat.
the Brat took that shit to another level when
Yeah.
she started. Like, come on, man! You see how these bogus niggas trying not to notice the dopest bitches approach you with good intentions and focus on their rich like that?
Yeah.
That close.
Yeah.
But then
The
she can
structure
switch
of
it.
the flow. The
Yo,
flow,
it's
yeah.
great. But then she can switch it up too.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely
Light,
underrated, man.
Why don't you say that though?
Yeah.
Light is dope. Light is dope, and Latifah is dope. But they flow as they flow.
Yeah.
Right.
She
Brat
felt-
was Brat
Yeah.
can flip it so many different ways. So I say the Brat,
Damn,
and then
okay.
another one, man. And this just might be just a personal favorite of mine, but that's Emilio Sparks. Yeah, like
Okay,
if
shout out to
anybody-
State
Yeah, I wouldn't even have thought.
The
Yeah.
Dynasty.
Yeah, I like Emilio Sparks, man. Man, his flow was just different to me, and I would just when I listen to the State Property albums, like I listen to it for him.
Yeah, for sure.
And number 5, man. I think I might have to go with my man Logic.
Damn, Logic.
I think Logic.
I don't know that he's underrated though.
You don't think so?
I haven't heard
I
him enough. I just I know the single and all of that. But
I don't-
haven't heard
I don't
him.
know that he's underrated.
I think you gotta have an ear for it. I think if you're into that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, you'll probably know about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
true. That's
a close
true.
6 would definitely be Jay Electronica.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Jay's
yeah.
a
You know what I'm
monster.
saying?
Yeah.
And what is it about him? Why he can't? He's like one of them guys on that lyrical level. He's up there, but he just can't get a project out for
Yeah, I know,
shit.
man.
But you know what? I think what all of these people have in common, and some less because they're a little bit older and they're a little bit out of this age group or whatever. But there's only room for so much lyricism in the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a beast.
Yeah.
And we know we can probably go down to underground and find some niggas that can
Bars, yeah.
spit bars, but
Yeah.
that's not what the culture is right
Yeah.
now. Like we got Kendrick and we got
Yeah.
Cole, we got Common for the older people. Whenever Common decides that he want to put out music and not act, but whatever, like there's only room for so many of them. They ain't trying to put too much conscious rap or good lyricism out right
Yeah,
now.
it is, and I hate
So if it's only a 4-lane or a 5-lane street or highway, those lanes are filled.
Yeah,
So everybody else getting around with your turn so somebody get off the exit.
that's it. And right now, Kendrick and Cole just clogged up the whole shit.
Yep.
But we can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
it's
You know what I'm
unfortunate,
saying?
but
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
rap culture right now.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because then we say culture, yo, and I say it too. Like you just said it, like we say culture, and when I think about culture, I think about like
History.
you feel me,
Yeah.
identity.
Right.
That's a better word, identity. That's what
Yeah.
I think about when I think about culture, and it's like this is the time for lyricism if we're talking about culture,
Should be.
because they killing us in the streets.
Yeah.
They doing everything they big enough to do to us. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's in office, like, and we talking about culture, man. We need more lyricism in culture. So, to not have it, I think that's like a conflict of interest, right?
But who controls it?
Yeah, that's the problem.
We don't. We could control the narrative of the music that's being portrayed and being actually pushed.
Right.
But if all you're seeing on Love and Hip Hop is this garbage, and all you seeing on MTV or BET is these songs, and only videos they plan on Music Choice if you have Xfinity are these songs.
Right.
They have, and I say they, and we know who they is.
Right.
I ain't trying to get shut down or nothing. If they're controlling all of this, even though we know that there's artists out there like, hey, we're gonna give you these little 3,
Right.
and that's what y'all gonna get.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have so many different platforms. We have YouTube, we have Instagram, now Facebook, where the artists who are actually lyrical or actually speaking about content can actually be pushed and they could have a great career. Like Saha built his platform just that way. Like he built his Instagram platform or his Facebook or whatever the case. And of course, like Ye noticed him and scooped him up really quickly, but
Right.
he still had to build his brand.
Right.
Even though Ye signed him.
Yeah.
Right.
He
Yeah, bro.
still had
Still
to
had
build
to
a
build his
brand,
brand,
build
yeah.
a brand. So it's like they have created this culture where the people who are listening to music now or who are more vocal about music now, they aren't talking about this stuff. They don't want to see that. They want to see what's put on MTV and BET and what's glorified. So again, they've created this culture to make it seem like all we need to hear about is drugs, sex, and money and whatever. That's just my
Yeah.
You're right though.
advice or opinion, unsolicited advice or opinion.
And it's bigger than, it's definitely bigger than music, as y'all know. That's definitely,
of course.
it's an agenda behind that. And the more lyricism and bars that come into play, that scares the shit out of them, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Damn, they starting to, they catching on, right?
Right.
So let's keep it to just these couple guys that's really saying some real shit.
Yeah.
Right.
We need more of that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Give us more of the dumb shit.
Yeah.
We need tons of the dumb shit. Right.
Unfortunately.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's scary, man. But that's a,
Oh wait, I think you had one. You had one more. But that was it. That was
I
five.
think
Six,
about
five?
six,
and we
We can go on and on.
Off air, we was having a conversation about Fabulous and
Yeah.
just going into Fabulous, man. Like he's one of my top 10 rappers ever, lyrically, everything there. I we debated about if he had a classic album. I think that
That's
Soul
not.
Tape 3 is undeniably one of my favorite mixtapes ever made. I think that was just phenomenal from start to finish, and he's always been able to keep himself relevant, however he's been able to do it. I mean, somehow, whether it's like, and even though he hadn't had a major hit of his own out in a couple years, he comes out with the him and Jada joint, you know, and then he pops out with like the Casanova remix, you know what I'm saying, the Don't Run, shit like that. So he's always been able to fit and stay, even though he's 40 years old, nobody still to this day would think he was 40. Because he carries himself like a young nigga, like a
But
young
you know, like,
OG, literally.
people that are
You know what I'm
like
saying?
37 to like 42, 43, you never really know. Like, cause that's that age of where hip hop was booming.
Literally.
Like
Facts.
that's so it's like that's
Facts.
when Jay was
Bingo.
saying that 30's the new 20 and 40's the new 30. Like
Yes.
that came because that age group that really started with hip hop and the culture of being out in the club and paid in full
all
and
that.
the street look like y'all are still living in that culture. Like
Literally.
we not letting this go. This is something we started.
Literally.
But that's dope though.
Yeah, late
Yeah.
80s, late 80s
Yeah.
to late 90s.
Yeah.
Then was our Twilight, because I'm in that box.
Yeah.
That's our
Yeah.
Twilight, and that was when some dope shit came out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of dope shit. Pop, Jay-Z,
Yeah.
Nas, Wu-Tang Clan, Snoop Dogg, Chronic. It goes on. All of our
NWA.
favorite NWA.
Don't skip
Right,
on
right.
NWA. Let's not do
EPMD,
that.
EPMD, all
Yeah.
the dope shit we love
Oh,
came out at that
Ice-T.
time. Ice-T, come on, man. We had some LL, of course.
Yeah.
And Fab was in the middle of that.
It was
He
hip
in the
hop.
middle of
Like
that.
that's when
Jadakiss,
hip hop was
you know?
like, I'm in like,
Yeah.
this is life right
Yeah.
here.
So it's crazy now
Yeah.
that it's hip hop is what, damn near 50 years old.
Yeah.
That it's so much easier for the older generation to still be in. Because when we was young,
Right.
older people did not fuck with no rap.
Right.
At all.
And it was
I don't
a-
want to
it's
hear
a-
it.
it's
They're
something
sampling
different.
my favorite song. I don't
Right.
want to hear that. Play me the original joint.
Right.
Right.
Right. But what's funny about that is I don't want to hear the remixes now. I mean, like when they redid Santana,
Oh, yeah.
Khaled
They
and
say,
Rihanna,
oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
did you ruin this
Yeah.
song? Like, yo,
Wyclef, shout out to the Fugees.
You
Yeah,
ruined
that was
it.
that was that 90s shit. Yeah.
It was classic.
Yeah, yeah.
You ruined a classic. Like, I'm sorry, Khaled, and I love Rihanna because she's my Pisces sister, but y'all ruined the classic. Y'all, like it's just like some songs, leave it alone.
Yeah, some
It
shit
was
classic.
perfect as a classic. It doesn't need to be revamped. A remix don't need to be done. It was perfect.
Do y'all think that it could ever be another time frame like the 90s and like the
Never.
amount of good music hip hop wise that came out
Never
ever again?
It'll never happen.
It'll never happen.
It'll never happen.
Man, I don't like to say never, but it's not likely. Like the way it's going on, I don't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, it's getting
It'd be nice.
I mean, think about it. How many singers are there that are like, outside of Beyonce?
Well, all the rappers are singing. All the singers are rapping.
That was
That's
the point
why
I was
I said
getting
blending
to.
it.
Yeah,
That was the
blending
point
it,
I
yeah.
was getting to. Like, there is no such thing as R&B really anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it's blended.
There's
It's
like people
hip hop.
people don't even realize Music Soul Child just put out an album like the end of last year, and Music Soul Child was like a heavy R&B artist. He
Yeah.
had a huge following, and that was like I heard about it because I just so happened to get in the car at midnight. He was on the Quiet Storm. Like, what? This is music.
It's
Like
crazy.
Music Soul Child. What?
It's crazy. Like
Tank.
rappers is really knocking the
Yeah.
Tanks and the Tyrese's and
Yeah.
Music Soul
Well,
Childs out of
Tyrese
business.
shot his own damn foot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. What more?
What more do you want from me? $13,000.
Hey.
First of all, what y'all need $13,000 a month? Can
I know,
Tyrese be
right?
my daddy, please?
Come on,
Because
man.
I'll be cool with a cooler $5 a month.
Yeah, he did some real
But yeah,
cornball shit.
there is no R&B. There's really only this. I don't even know what we call it anymore. Do we call it rapping? What do
I
you
don't
call
think
it?
so. I
It's
think
not rap.
it ain't.
What do you
Me,
call
it's
it?
not.
It's,
I don't know.
Yeah, and that's y'all right, and I'm going along with y'all saying it's not coming back because as time goes forward, I said last week that in 10 years, and I got to say this again, it's gonna be all unisex stores. Ain't gonna be no men's store.
Right.
Guys gonna go get panties, females gonna get panties.
It's just
Guys gonna
weird.
get boxers, females gonna get boxers. It's gonna be one thing. It's
That
gonna
sounds
blend it all
crazy,
together.
but
It's
it's
real
the
as
truth.
fuck.
But
It's real shit.
I mean,
And
when
that's
you
the
have
same
them
thing
trying
with
to
music.
use the same bathrooms,
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna. It ain't.
I don't think and not to sound as though I'm not for someone changing their sex. By all means, if you feel more comfortable as a 30-year-old man instead of a woman, by all means. go get a penis. If you feel more comfortable
Go cop.
being a woman instead of a man,
Yeah.
go Lorena Bobbitt yourself. Great. Wonderful.
Right.
I just don't feel comfortable until I feel like unless you have the same body parts I have, you don't need to be in the bathroom with me.
Facts.
So
Facts.
Caitlyn Jenner don't need to be in the bathroom with me.
Facts.
You're still a man.
Right.
You still have a penis.
Right.
And I would feel uncomfortable if it was me. If I had a daughter, I would feel uncomfortable if she's in a bathroom and a man who physically looks like a woman but still has a male body part is in the bathroom with me because that male organ still works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, I'm
That's
sorry.
real.
Like, that's just,
That's real.
no.
And
Until
that's-
you 100% vagina and you want to bleed, shit, come on.
Period. And that's what, and I
Come
agree.
on.
And that's the same thing with music, rap and R&B. Every rapper I know, I can't think of a rapper that's popular right now that is not melodic or has not been melodic at some
Right.
point.
Or
I can't even
auto-tuned
think
out.
of one that's actually popular. That at some point they're auto-tuned or they're singing a hook or something. I mean, Kendrick had a whole love song, literally.
Yeah.
It's on the
I love
radio.
Kendrick.
And that's
I
the
was just
nigga, but
like,
we know Cole do it. We know whatever rapper, Future of course. All R&B singers rap. Chris Brown raps damn near half his songs. Rihanna got a
Rihanna.
banger. The Lemon Joint is
Oh,
a
God.
banger.
And it's
You
crazy.
feel me?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was just listening to
Just
that. I
listen
pulled
to
up
that.
the
That
lyrics
shit.
on the YouTube and
Oh
everything.
my god, that shit
I'm
go
sorry,
hard.
but can we talk about, since we talking about people singing and rapping,
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe.
What, she got a rap joint?
Let me tell you, I posted it on my Facebook today, and I said, let me just drop, excuse me, first I said Lord.
Yeah.
Lordt, Lord.
Right.
Let me drop this Black Girl Magic, Black Excellent, Black History Month amazingness on your page. Janelle Monáe just dropped a song. God, what's the name of it? Hold on, I'm gonna give it to you in 2 seconds. But when I say, I wish Hood was here so we could cue it up.
Uh-huh.
Joan, when she was dressed like, she had the red and it
With
was
the
like-
red suit?
Yeah, and the throne
Yes.
and all that. And she
Yes.
had
Have you
this-
seen
yeah.
it?
I saw that. I saw that maybe last night. Might have been like 1 o'clock this morning.
Oh,
When
really?
I
So it's
say-
brand new. It just dropped.
It just dropped, but when
Oh, I'm
I
about to
tell
tune in.
you the track, the bar she was spitting
Some shit.
was crazy. And I mean, and we all know Janelle Monáe she's been rapping, and if you don't know, like
I see, I
she
know.
was she was rapping prior too.
So she like Erykah Badu type shit. You
Right.
know, Erykah was a rapper first, then the singer.
It's called the Django James.
That's what it is.
What?
The Django James.
Okay.
But
tune
when
into
I
that.
when I say
Spit.
I watched the video twice back to back.
What?
Like that's one of them songs I'm like I have to go add this to my phone just so I can play it riding down the street so white people can hear. this song.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of like yes, you gonna get this work. You gotta get this
Wow.
Black Girl Magic this
That's
week.
dope. That's
Like-
dope as fuck.
So again, there is a culture now, and I think we should honestly name it something. It has to be
Yeah.
called something,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
hip hop and hip hop isn't hip hop anymore.
It's not hip hop.
There's
It
no
should
such
be
thing as
different.
hip hop anymore.
Yeah, it should be a different. It should be a different lane for that. I think it should
Yeah.
be hip hop and that culture. Leave it alone because it's classic.
It's
We're not
classic,
going to be
leave it
able to
there.
go back to
It's
that.
like your granddad.
Right. Yeah. Period. And
Yeah.
then you got this whatever this new shit is, and let everybody roll. Because let's be honest, the new artists we was talking about this too.
They wanna be
don't want to
artists.
be artists. They want to be artists anyway. They don't want to be referred to as rappers and spitting. They think that's some old school shit, golden
Yeah.
era shit. They don't. I remember hearing the when Bobby Shmurda and them was popping before he got locked up. They was on the East Hot 97 shit or whatever. And they was like, man, don't put on that East Coast type shit, that Tribe Called Quest. That's my uncles and my dad used to listen to that, right? That's their mind frame.
And it's
Right?
classic music.
And that's
Like, how
classic
do you
music, but
not
it's like, man,
this?
turn that
What's
shit
wrong
off.
with
They,
you?
niggas is thinking on there. We don't feel like thinking,
Man.
right?
Yeah.
This is
That's
my
what it
take
is.
on it.
They don't want to think.
This is my take on it, man. Can you really call that shit art though? Like we use that word artist
I said the
so
same
freaking
We
loosely.
do.
I
It's like,
said
yo,
the same
some of this stuff
thing.
is not art.
It's
To
not
me,
art.
to
Art
me,
is-
yo, art is a reflection of life. I understand that, and if that's the life they're living, then yeah. But yo, it's no creativity in any of this shit.
At all.
Yeah, yo, like MC Shan told me when I interviewed him, he was like, yo, it used to be like he could get on stage and rock it. KRS-One could get on stage, Busy B might rock something, and everything was different. Everybody had their own flow. He was like, but now these young cats, you put them all on the stage, it sounds like one long
Literally
dumbass song.
one all long song. She said that.
Right.
I
She
say
said
because
that.
the
She said it all
Migos
the time.
album, literally, I put it on 6 tracks later. I'm like, damn, the song changed. It sounds like the same song 6
Yeah.
tracks later. Like
And that's another
It's
thing
ridiculous.
that bothers me. I love the Migos because, you know what I'm saying, they are young black
group.
Yeah, they're a young black group and they getting their money. So I'll never knock the hustle. Never knock the hustle. But pay homage to where you got your flow from.
Yeah.
Because
What they say? What did they say?
We hear you in Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh, yeah.
36
We
Mafia.
Period.
I didn't
It's
mean
a
to
whole,
hit you by the way.
whole bunch of cats, man. They got that flow. You know
Yeah,
what
for
I'm saying?
sure, for sure.
So these new cats, I don't know. I
They're a
don't
little
really know
different. They just, I always say those 90s and 2000 kids, they're a little bit thrown off.
And then they rap about drugs so much.
Take it.
Like,
They
it's-
take it,
it was
yeah.
when we
Well,
were
because
coming
it
up.
was about selling drugs. It
Back
was a
then,
game,
it was
it was a
hustle. Now
hustle.
it's-
And now it's
yeah,
just taking it.
it's
Like,
buying
drugs.
now.
but you know what it is? It's those parents that was listening to the drug dealers talk about selling it and being in the game. Them niggas started taking the drugs that the drug dealers were selling, but they was listening to the music. Then they started having kids. Now you got all these drug kids out here.
That's crazy.
That's
though.
what it
They
is.
popping.
They drug babies.
Hell yeah, they popping.
Yo, cat, but see, they don't understand what it's doing to our community and doing to the
Yeah,
youth,
it's
man.
ugly.
Like,
It's ugly.
you telling cats to do Molly and Percocet
At the same time.
at the same time. You
Yeah.
rapping about lean, and it's like, yo, these kids is, one or two things is happening. Yo, like they doing all these drugs and they either dying or they're doing all these drugs and go kill somebody else. They don't
Yeah.
even remember when they wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
facts. And they
I
life
mean,
gone.
their life is gone. So
Yeah.
it's like about a message. Where's the message at?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think what's happening, and the scariest part is that the society and the way that we're growing as a society, as far as technology and stuff, is making the human being lazier and lazier. Like I was saying this the other day, you don't have to remember a phone number no more. I used to have to remember phone numbers. I
Yeah.
had to remember
I had a
shit.
whole book
Well,
of phone
address,
numbers
all
in
of
it,
this.
yeah.
Everything is on that phone. Has everything in it to where you doesn't have to do shit.
You don't
And
even
it's
need a
life.
computer
don't
anymore.
even need a
Really,
computer.
I can do everything from my phone, like fax. You can send fax from your phone.
So what's happening is with this youth, it's getting harder and harder for them to want to think because they don't have to. Everything
Right.
around them is thinking
Right.
for them.
Right.
So it's harder for them to want to think. I grew up listening, wanting to learn shit. The rappers was speaking, teaching. KRS-One was literally one of my teachers coming up.
Yeah.
He was like a real college professor to me
Right.
on a track.
Right.
Man, if a nigga try to come out like that right now, they gonna be like, get the fuck out of here with that
Yeah.
bullshit.
Like,
I don't want to
you
hear it,
have to listen to
nigga.
this
I'm
and
sleep. I'm
Yeah.
going to sleep on this nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
crazy though.
Yeah. They don't want to
That's
listen.
scary.
They don't want to think.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate.
Yeah. It is.
I do want to talk about a little bit about something off of rap. 'Cause,
Okay.
yeah, it's almost time. Like, because we can talk for hours.
Oh,
We can
damn.
talk for hours.
Yeah.
If you're a real like music fan, you can talk for hours about hip hop and the way hip hop has kind of died.
Right.
I know, right? I said it and it's like
Shout out hip hop discussions.
Shout out to hip hop discussions.
Right.
We still alive.
Yeah.
And you know what? Somebody got to keep it alive. You got to keep legacies alive.
Period.
But I don't know if we have time. Do we have time to talk about the kind of pioneer thing?
Yeah.
We have time for
Yeah,
that.
we
We
do.
good? Okay. So we talked a lot about hip hop and you know how hip hop is essentially like dying off, but the fact that it's dying off. How can I word this? Let me word this correctly. Like the fact that hip hop is dying off, we still have those legends. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The people who started the game.
Right.
So how or why aren't we still celebrating those pioneers? Like, why don't we still celebrate them the way that the white culture kind of celebrates their, you know, like YouTube or Sting or people like that?
Elton John.
Yeah, like because if Elton John and go on tour, they selling out
Killings.
arenas around the world.
Today. Actually,
Like
as of
today, 2018, Elton
Right.
John put on a go on tour. He coming back with probably 40 mil.
Yeah, fact. Cher can get $1 million for a show right now. Cher, she was out in the 60s and 70s.
Or they can get a Vegas show
Yeah.
and have a showcase. Like Jennifer Lopez has a showcase right now, or she did like 2 years ago.
It's crazy. But if we try to
Britney
get
Spears went crazy. She got something in Vegas, and I don't even consider her really a legend.
right, but if we try to get Rakim or Big Daddy Kane or Melly Mel or Run DMC a show, they're not selling out. They can't sell out Phillips.
Right.
So why is that?
You know what I think it is? I think it's because of division. I think it's because like we were bred as, you know, African Americans, black people, whatever you want to call us. Willie Lynch divided us. You know what I mean? Willie Lynch let us, divided us, you know what I'm saying? And we're still being divided. Like we'll come out and represent, yo, I'm from Georgia, I'm from New York, Yeah, we got a crazy fan base in Maryland, New York, wherever you from. But outside of that, like cats ain't really fucking with you
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not from where they from. You're not
Yeah.
from they set. You're
that's
not
true.
doing this. Like, Elton John ain't like, yo, I'm from Britain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Rep
Like,
throwing up the beats.
You feel me? Like, he's not doing
I'm
that.
weak. I'm
Real
super
shit.
weak.
It ain't no,
But
it's no,
what-
it's no division
But
over
no,
there.
but
So-
to that point though, that's crazy because people in the UK that are black
Yeah.
do the same thing over there.
Cause they
Oh, I'm
watch
from
us.
here, or I'm from
Yeah.
here, I'm from
Yeah.
Manchester, or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Damn.
you live in London, like,
Yeah.
Say London, nigga.
you from London, chill, like, or you from the UK,
You
like,
ain't
whatever.
from Compton, motherfucker.
But I mean, you ain't with us shooting
Right,
over
right,
here.
right.
You a lot better off
Struggle.
over there. But I think, excuse me, I think what you said is true. Like, they watch us.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people in other countries watch America for the culture
Yeah.
or for what's popular or what they think is cool.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because they're watching us tear ourselves down
Yeah.
Yeah.
and separate ourselves as a people.
Yeah.
That is true.
And
That's true.
to get to the Willie Lynch thing, it's like the Willie Lynch letters was for slave owners
Yeah.
and for it to divide people in other countries.
Yeah.
Speaks to how powerful he was. Like,
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, like, that Willie Lynch, although it was a horrible and disgusting thing he did to our people, he was a fucking genius. He was a genius.
Yeah.
Because it's still working years and
Yeah.
years and years later.
And sometimes being a genius, to those people that don't like to think and might like troll you today on social
Right.
media, to be a genius doesn't make you, it's not necessarily a good thing.
Right.
You can be a bad genius too. Hitler
He was
killed
genius.
millions of people, but he did it. And that does make him a genius for doing it.
Yeah.
Not saying it was a good genius.
Right.
I got your back, yo.
But to
Don't worry.
convince, right,
You
but to
feel me?
convince
Evil genius.
millions of
Evil
people,
genius, bam.
even yeah, to convince millions of people that these people aren't pure.
Yeah.
You had to be a genius.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to think like if you're that smart and are able to manipulate, because that's what it was, you manipulated people so well. Think of what you could have done good for
Yeah.
people
Right.
if you
If you
used,
twisted it.
if you twisted it instead of saying these people are bad
Yeah.
and said these people are good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What? How much different would it be?
And it works.
I just found out I was 3% Jewish, by the way.
Ah, okay.
I just figured that out like
Okay.
a week ago. So shout out to my people.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
so
do they? I don't think they do that.
Yeah.
That's my people, but
Hey,
But yeah, like so, Willie Lynch like really did a number on
on everybody.
on black people because I mean it didn't really do anything to white people. They still doing but to influence people here in America, that influence people in UK, that influence people in Australia, that influence
Yeah.
people in Thailand because we're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're everywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to
It
think
is.
that, you know what I'm saying?
And you
So
made a great point, Ray, because at the end of the day, we are the only culture, the only people that are this divided.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Chinatown, they don't give a fuck about who the president is.
Nah.
Because the Asians, they stick together like glue. The
Yeah.
Mexicans don't really give a fuck. They might don't
Nah.
like how you talking about them, but they do their
Yeah.
own thing, right?
Yeah.
We're the only ones that are
Yeah.
totally separate across the board.
Yeah.
You know,
For nothing
everybody
though.
else sticks together.
For
For
no
nothing
reason.
though.
For no
For nothing.
reason.
Absolutely no reason.
Like Mexicans, like the only way they divide is if it's money
Yeah.
and drugs and things like
Yeah.
that
Right.
involved with the cartels.
Right.
But that's on that level. Like on a regular level, like nah, they
Yeah,
all
like-
family.
They all
Yeah.
family.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
They
we ain't
make
like
it work.
that, though.
But
Yeah,
and
they
what's
got
crazy
systems
is
too
like
put
the
together.
Dominicans and Haitians and Puerto Ricans. It's like they're way more close knit, and it's like they're African too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct.
You're African descendants,
Yeah.
but you're closer than the Black Americans.
Man, 'cause
Way
we-
close.
yo, Haiti was the first.
Independent.
Yeah, they were the
Yeah.
first ones to the first independent. They were the first ones
Nation.
that like
Rebel.
was like fuck it. I'm trying to
Yeah.
change. I don't want to cuss so much.
Nah, you
Nah,
good,
it's
But they
okay.
was the first.
Fuck it.
They was the first ones
Fuck
to
it.
be like, fuck it, fuck these motherfuckers. Like, we really gonna go out here and wreck shot, and
Right.
they
Yeah.
did that, and they gained their independence.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And you gotta
You
think
would
about it.
think.
Think about the island, right? You got Haiti on one side, and you got Dominican Republic on the other side. It's
Mhm.
split in half, right? Now, how come it's nothing but Dominicans, light-skinned people, but then everybody on this side
It's dark.
is darker?
Right.
Now, how does this is going on some whole other shit.
We can do it though. We can do
How
this.
does an earthquake hit one side,
Hmm.
the darker side of the island, but doesn't even really scratch
Damn,
the
that's-
other side of the
that's-
island,
yeah.
where the rich motherfuckers is at?
Right.
You know what I'm
and I mean,
saying?
and not
It
even
doesn't
just a
make
little
sense to me.
earthquake, but devastating,
devastating
devastating
earthquake.
earthquake.
Yeah.
What are they trying to do? What are they trying
Come
to
on,
do?
come on. We can talk. We can discuss
What are they
this.
trying to
Yeah,
like?
yeah.
Everything is happening to us as a community, right? Us as a people.
Mhm.
Right.
Anybody with melanin, like deep levels of melanin in their skin.
I have deep levels of melanin when I'm in the sun. I get real brown. Disclaimer, I get really brown in the summertime. I just let it be known I'm real light right now.
It's all good.
But I
It's
just
all
want
good, though.
but you want to talk about you divide. See Willie Lynch. See how it worked on me just that fast. You
Nah.
divine us as a people.
This thing in the wall.
Right. Oh, so I don't get no damn devastating earthquake on this side of the building, huh?
You
Yo,
unscathed.
no, I'm not tripping on that. Like,
That was a good SAT word right there, unscathed.
Hey,
Wow.
I was at college.
so I wasn't even thinking about that.
I
I'm
did
sorry.
because I'm light skinned
Oh,
and
man.
I'm a fit.
All like okay, so we're gonna say this.
Shit.
All light skinned people are super sensitive. Okay, no, that was joking. That's a joke.
We're just passionate.
But nah,
That's it for real.
seriously though, like everybody that has melanin in they blood and they skin, like why does it seem like we're the ones under attack?
Yeah.
But see, and we're never under attack by a specific force. They always implement ways for us to attack ourselves
Ourselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and kill ourselves. And if not, it's the weather.
Yeah.
That's the only two ways. And like this whole cop killing up, cops would kill him up forever.
They just
Yeah.
now have cell phones to record.
Exactly, and body cameras. So that ain't
Exactly.
nothing new. I think that's a ploy too for them to be like, oh, so it's.
Gun control.
I mean, exactly.
Listen, I'm telling you, like we can have because people think I'm a conspiracy theorist, which I'm not really a conspiracy theorist. I think I research a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and I feel like a lot of people be like, oh, they too woke, they too woke. I'd rather be too woke than sleep.
Yup.
So I read a lot of stuff, a lot of articles, I watch a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff is I forget who said this. God dang it, I can't think of who the person was who said it. They say if you ever want to hide somebody,
Put it in a
hide
book.
something from a black person,
Yeah.
you put it in a book,
Mhm.
or you put it in a contract in words where
Right.
you know we're
Small
not gonna
print
read it.
type
shit. Yeah.
And you know I was a PO for 6 years. And I seen so many brothers and so many sisters, and I say brothers and sisters as in black people, go in and out and through the system and signing paperwork in court quick. Because I
Yeah.
started out in court. I had to start out as a PO in court. And I would see them go up there. The judge would say, da-da-da, whatever, you understand this, this. They sign it in. Sit down with me. All right, you know you got to do this. They'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Then they come see me at the office. I got to do what? So I made it a point to start telling people, read every and anything I don't care if I say, and I will read it to them.
Right.
I don't care if I read it to you. You take it home, or not even take it home. Before you sign this to put your name on here and agree to this, you read this.
Yeah.
You go to court,
That's real.
you read this because you don't know what they could be asking you to do. Like some people have thousands of dollars of debt, or not debt, of restitution that they got to pay back, and they don't even understand that. Well, it was 3 of us that robbed them, and all 3 of us should have to pay it back. Yeah, but if that person don't pay it back, and the other person don't pay it back, guess what it falls on? It falls on you. So you need to understand what you're agreeing to when you and your attorney back there, and he's like, just sign this right here, and you'll be free to go home. All they hear is, I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
Read it. Like, and it kills me that our people don't read. Like, that's why I wanted to go into contract law. Y'all ain't gonna read this shit. Let me read it for you.
Oh yeah.
Because that's all contract law is reading the dang contract.
And one of the main reasons for that is because us as a black people, this is why I love black bosses in Atlanta, because there's so much bosses. You have to learn, you have to read, learn, take in shit the best way you can to run the company, correct?
Right.
When you're so used to just working for somebody,
Mm-hmm.
let them take care of everything. As long as I clock in, I do whatever, and I don't got to do the right reading and fine print. That's for them to do up there.
Right.
We always rely on somebody else to do this, that, and the other. But we need to do it ourselves so we can find out a whole bunch of shit we never knew.
Exactly.
Right? And that is leading to that mentality, going back to the Willie Lynch shit. Like, a lot of people are scared to try to figure it out.
Right.
Or be great.
Or be great.
Just be great.
Right. So if they did that little simple shit, it would save them thousands of dollars and all kinds of issues by just reading. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
Yeah.
you're right, but the problem is we weren't taught that, and I can't say like individually. It's been people that have been taught that, but in general, bro, like our parents wasn't doing that.
That's
Our
facts.
grandparents wasn't
And it was
doing
taught
that.
to us to do it like how they did.
And it was nobody
That's
there to
real.
break the chain. Like
That's real.
if I ain't even on front, even myself, I was raised in the hood with my grandmother. If I told my grandmother, yo, I'm gonna start my own company, she would be like, yeah, that sounds good, Ray, but you know they're hiring down at UPS.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? And
benefits and you work for somebody and bust your ass.
Exactly, and even then it's like, let's say, you know, anybody who starts their own situation, it starts off rough. If anybody, like a lot of us, we can't handle that rough patch.
Exactly.
And then we talk to other people and get their advice, but they ain't doing that, so they giving us wrong advice.
Right.
Like I can't talk to, if I'm a physician, right? If I'm a doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
My man's a mechanic. I can't talk to him about heart transplants.
Right.
You feel me? He can't give me no advice on that. All he can tell me how to do is like rotate some tires and shit. You feel me? So that's part of the problem,
And
man.
you know one of the biggest hooks too? Health insurance. Ooh,
Absolutely.
you gotta run your own shit.
Well,
you
they about to
gotta
shut
pay
our
for your
show
health
down.
insurance. So
Yeah.
you
They
figure
about to
if I
shut
get
our
a
whole
job,
show down,
if I get a job, then they
Shut
take
us
care
down.
of my health insurance part, so I ain't gotta worry about that. But if you a boss, you pay what you
But-
supposed to be
but
hired.
see, they don't know.
The fear of that.
Right.
But no, they don't
Fear of
even
that.
realize. Honestly, it would not be
It
higher.
wouldn't even be.
It wouldn't be
but you
higher
gotta tap
because
into it.
you're like, for instance, my old job, my deductible was $5,000. I had to hit $5,000 in 1 year's time for them. Like even like during, not even a whole year because you only have that insurance for a year. I had to hit $5,000 for them to pay for anything. God forbid I'm in a car accident and I gotta have surgery and it's $4,000. I gotta pay for that. So working for yourself, like it's there are some companies out there that it's better off working by yourself.
Facts.
But
Damn.
people just need to learn how to read. And I get like growing up in the hood and your parents didn't teach you that, but it's 2018.
Yeah, it's time.
You know what I'm saying?
So much out here.
We
with
are
this
in the
computer.
age of internet and there's so many ways that you can get information. If you don't like to read, watch a documentary. Like I love documentaries. I will watch a documentary all day on whatever. There's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Google. Like my nigga, if I had Google when I was in high school, I would have been a super straight. I mean A's and B's anyway,
That's
but
what,
I would have been like a super student. But there's no excuse at this point to say, oh, I grew up in the hood. If you in the hood, you worry about J's. You probably have an iPhone,
Right.
internet, Safari, right there. Everything that you need is at your hands. And even like NASA, I won't even get on what I think about NASA or what they do over there. But a lot of the stuff is on the websites. They write it on their own websites. This is what this project is, and this is what it did and did not do.
Right.
Don't matter what Channel 5 told you.
Right.
NASA
It's
said
the
it on the
truth.
website,
Right.
but you listen to Channel 5.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's
never
what
even
you
take
heard.
the time to go on the website and look for yourself.
That's real.
So
That's crazy. That's crazy.
we just went like so, like boom, like
Yeah,
It
left.
happens.
But
The
all
alt-
of
the
it
alt
come
left-
back.
the
All
alt
of
left,
it
not
come-
the alt right.
all left,
The
right,
alt
right.
left.
All of this come back to we cannot keep being so divided, y'all, man. Let's support our people
Yeah.
just like everybody else supports theirs. How come our guys that had hits in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s can't pack out an arena like everybody else can? We need unity. We need to quit thinking that just because they're old or our parents or uncles used to listen to them, we can't rock with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So that's what it comes down to.
Diddy did it though. Diddy did do it.
Diddy got
But he
that.
had like 20 artists performing though. He had to have like 20 people performing.
Man,
But that's,
Diddy
you
got
know,
that off. Salute to him for that Bad Boy
Salute to
tour.
Diddy.
That was epic.
it was, and I'm sad that I missed it, but whatever.
Oh man,
I was really
Oh, man.
disappointed and very sad. Can we do a Grammy? Do we have time for the Grammy?
Let's get a Grammy.
We have time for a Grammy.
Yeah.
So this week's Grammy goes to. She's been all over Instagram, all up and down. They got the remix popping. And if you don't know, if you didn't watch NBA All-Star Weekend and you didn't listen to the national anthem by chance, if you missed it, Fergie killed the national anthem.
Literally.
And I don't mean that in a good way.
Literally.
Fergie went, I don't know, it might have been a Henny. She might have had some Henny backstage. I don't know. She was hitting notes that I've never heard
Wow.
before. Fergie, if you don't know who Fergie is, she is our white sister. She's our white sister, but you know, she was with Black Eyed Peas, Will I Am. If you don't know who Black Eyed Peas are, Will I Am.
And she's actually Mexican. I found that out.
Is she?
Yeah, she's
Wow.
Mexican.
Well, damn.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I found that out the other day.
Really?
Yeah,
She must dye her hair because I know she's not a real blonde. Ain't no way Fergie's a real blonde.
Right.
Who knew she was Mexican?
Yeah.
She ought to be ashamed. That's, well, you
that
know,
made
it
it.
makes sense. It makes sense if she is Mexican. Trump trying to build this damn wall.
Saying,
fuck your national anthem.
Wow. That's what she should have said.
I got you, Trump.
Yeah.
Bitch ass nigga.
Yo, you
When
crazy.
I say the internet has gone insane over
Oh,
Fergie.
man.
Shout out to Remix Guy Sway. He did
I heard it.
he did a remix of the song, or what's the song?
The
The rendition,
Right.
Fergie's rendition. He did a remix of it. It was actually on the news. It was on a couple pages. So shout out to him. But Fergie definitely gets the Grammy of the week. She killed it.
Fucked it up, flat out.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think like there's even a Fergie challenge. There is a Fergie
really?
challenge out right now. It is hilarious.
Oh man, I gotta check that out. That
It's
remix
hilarious.
was hilarious.
It really was. But I'm like, damn, Fergie.
Hey, man.
Like that's how you felt?
Yeah, that was
Like I really want her to come out. Like whoever her PR person is, they suck.
Yeah.
Or they're evil genius and like don't
Probably
say
evil
nothing.
genius.
Just don't say anything. Because sometimes PR people like they'll tell you just don't ignore it. It'll go away and you'll be
Right.
fine.
Right.
But Fergie, you have Fergie is on the show, what, X Factor or The Voice? One of the two. One of them
Four,
singing.
it's the four joint. The
Okay,
Khaled.
so she's on a
man.
show where
Khaled.
you're judging
The four.
singers.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
judge singers to
Right,
make
right.
careers, and your ass went over and did the national anthem like that and
Wow.
trashed
I don't
it.
want to be on her team.
Nah.
They do teams on the floor?
Yes,
Yeah.
they train
Oh,
you.
nah, I don't wanna
Fergie,
be
don't
on
give me
Fergie's
that
team.
damn note to sing. Thanks, appreciate.
Right.
But here's your Grammy. You're
Right.
ready.
And just one thing for future references, NBA, y'all can't keep booking just artists that are artists. When you do the Star Spangled Banner, it should be somebody that can sing.
Yeah.
S-A-N-G. not
Nobody's
sing,
ever gonna be a
sang.
Whitney Houston singing the national anthem.
No, nobody be that. But
Oh,
somebody
Carl
that can-
Lewis.
Oh, that was the worst. Now, the Carl Lewis was
You can
actually
always
worse
be
than
Carl
Dennis Kirk.
Lewis.
Yeah, Carl Lewis slaughtered it too, right? But these people, y'all want people that's entertaining. Get somebody that can sing. That
Yeah,
man,
absolutely,
For real, you know what I'm
absolutely,
saying? That, yeah,
please.
we can avoid these situations going forward.
It sort of sounded like she was trying to do like a Marilyn Monroe
She was.
singing to the president.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It sounded like she was trying to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
She tried to be black is what it was. Because you know,
Wow.
black people always make the damn national anthem something.
Some extra shit.
I mean, you
Like
remember when
Party
R.
Day.
Kelly did the national
Yeah.
anthem at the boxing
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Like, did you make this a stepping song?
You're
Like,
right.
like, I mean, the beat was changed. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, R.
That's
Kelly, that's
Kelsey,
what's
man.
up.
Yeah, but shout out to her for
Shout out to
for
Kels and
saying
his home
that.
being foreclosed on.
Ooh,
Sorry.
man. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
It was a sex trafficking house. The one where
Really?
he was getting all the he
All
had
the,
little
all the
sex
chicks was
slaves.
coming in.
Yeah,
Down here.
Yeah. Yeah, no more of that house. It's being
Wow.
foreclosed on.
Wow.
Oh well. Anyway, carry on.
Shout out to her for just knowing that it wasn't good and saying I tried and it didn't work though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was
Facts.
stand up, you know.
That was stand up.
Yeah.
So I would have
So,
said fuck Trump. But
just left it at that. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. So we wrapping up another dope episode
Wow.
of Bars and Beyond. I really appreciate my
I'm
guy
not
rated
done.
engineer coming through.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you let them know how to contact you, how to keep up with hip hop discussions and all of that.
Hey man, check it out. Holla at me at www.hiphopdiscussions.com. You know what I'm saying? All my information is on there. You can also YouTube me, Hip Hop Discussions. Check me out on Instagram, hiphopdiscussions_TV, or my personal page, RayRay410. I'm on Facebook too, but y'all got too much drama on that shit, so I ain't on there no more. But yeah, man, look out for me, Hip Hop Discussions. I'm in here.
Yeah.
Well, you already know who I am. You don't know who I am Courtney Levette. Make sure you follow me on the gram, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I said that already, but already follow me there. Courtney Levette, LAVETTE _. Still gonna hit that cease and desist for my sister over there with my name. And make sure you go download the app and tune into us. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. And I think that's about it.
You got it.
Yeah,
You
I
got
think
it.
that's everything.
And y'all can follow your boy DeMarco275 DEMARCO 275 all handles. Follow Bars and Beyond. Like Courtney said, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, tune in to us. We got a lot of dope shit coming up, and we got some contests coming up. Listen to our contest, man. If you are the 20th person to DM the Bars and Beyond on Instagram and give us the Grammy of the day, which Courtney Levette just talked about, you get a hot $25 straight to your account, man.
It's 20 or 25.
25.
Can I play?
Yeah.
I was about to say, can I play?
Yeah, anybody.
If I,
can
I
play.
mean,
Anybody
I'm about to DM myself.
We giving away money, you know what I'm saying?
DM.
So tune in to us every Tuesday,
Absolutely.
8 p.m. on the Fly 93. Oh, and download our app, Fly 93.5. If you haven't
Yeah,
downloaded it, look, download the app. Dope app, music all day, dope DJs, dope podcasts, everything.
Really?
We'll see y'all next Tuesday.
We out.
Peace.
Yeah, we just shooting up the
Shooting up the club.
shooting up the club. This motherfucker. Yo, that was dope though.
That was dope.
I'm sad we didn't talk